Ben for Snowies here, folks. I've got in front of me here the Opinel Knives. These knives are made in France, date back to 1890, and are a really affordable and versatile knife that you can add to any camp kit. I'm a little bit excited to be talking about these Opinel knives here today because they date back a long way. They've been around a long time. 1890 is when Joseph Opinel first sat down and made the first Opinel knife. And they're still made in France, where he first made it in the French Alps many, many years ago. And it's expanded out to quite a big range. What we've got in front of us here are kind of their core folding range, but they also do kitchen knives and all sorts, and they offer it in all sorts of different timber handles and that sort of thing. So I'm going to show you a bit of what I've got in front of us here at the moment, but the range is likely to change and there's so many different options available. So in front of me here, I've got the carbon steel knives here from number 6 through to number 12. That's what we're carrying at the moment. And this is an 8cm blade through to a 12cm blade. And these are the knives that have the Virobloc collar on it, which I'll show you shortly. This one here is the stainless steel knife. It's got a stainless steel blade. I'll run into a bit more on that shortly. And these handles are actually the same timber. It's just that the carbon one has got a bit of a color to it, whereas this is just a plain timber. And I've also got a couple of other timber or handle options here, which is the oak and the walnuts. This is oak here and this is the walnut here. So heaps and heaps of different options in the Opinel range. Now I want to go into some of the features. Now, as I mentioned, this is the number 6 through to the 12 here, and they're the sizes that have this Virobloc collar on it. Now there are smaller sizes available, but they don't have this locking blade. Now I'll show you on this number 8 stainless knife here how this locking collar works, because it's the same on all the knives that have the collar. So you can actually lock the blade closed. So there's a little cutout notch here. If we spin that around, that then locks this blade closed. I can't open that. It's not going to come open in a bag or a pocket. If I spin this around so that the blade lines up with the opening on the collar, I can now fold this out and spin this around again so that that collar covers up the gap there, and that blade is now locked open. So it's a safer knife to use while it's open. So that feature is available in the number 6, which is this one here, through to the number 12 knives here. Now I'm holding the number 8 knife here because this is the most popular size. It's kind of what everything else sort of revolves around, because it's got a nice 8.5cm blade. It packs up nice and compact, and it's got a good size in the hand as well. So a really versatile size knife for hiking, camping and all sorts. So I'll grab the other number 8 here with the carbon blade, because I now want to talk about the difference between the stainless steel and the carbon. So if we have a look closely at the differences here. Now the carbon version has got this carbone word both on the handle here. It's got a slightly darker timber, even though it's still beech, and it also says carbone on the blade here. And then this is the stainless steel version up here. Doesn't say anything on the handle apart from the branding, and then it's got inox written on here. Now jumping to the differences in the steel on the blades. Now this is the carbon version. This is where, well, carbon was the first steel that Joseph Opinel used when he first made his knife. So it's kind of got that historical sort of attachment to the knife. If you want to buy an Opinel based on history, grab the carbon. Now, carbon has got exceptional cutting qualities. It can be sharpened really easily and has a really nice cutting edge. It also develops a nice patina, they call it, over time, which means this will darken and the blade will look like it's been used over time. It's not going to maintain the sort of shiny look. The downside is it is prone to corrosion. So if you cut a lemon or something with this, for example, it's going to go dark very quickly, and you need to maintain it. So you're going to have to put oil or beeswax or something on it to make sure that the blade itself doesn't rust. If you're happy to do that with your knives, then the carbon or this carbon blade on this guy is going to give you heaps of life, really nice cutting edge, and it's going to look pretty cool as time goes on. Now, the stainless steel version. Now this is made from 27C27 Sandvik stainless steel. I'm not an expert on metals, but from my understanding, this holds its edge a little bit longer, but can't be sharpened quite as sharp as a carbon steel. Now the average user probably isn't going to notice that. I would say go to the stainless steel if you're going to primarily use it for food, because this isn't going to go dark or develop a patina. It's going to stay shiny, it's not going to rust, and it doesn't require the maintenance with oils that the carbon steel blade does. So both are going to do the same job. Probably only choose this one if it's primarily for food. If you want it for other things, then go for the carbon. Now the blade shape of both of these is based on what they refer to as a Yatagan or Turkish saber shape, and I think that refers to this kind of uptick on the end here. which gives a really versatile sort of usable blade and a nice long sharpened edge there. In terms of which of these steels holds its edge longer, I can't find anything definitive on that. I think they both hold their edge pretty well. Potentially the stainless steel one is going to hold its edge a little bit longer. It's a little bit harder to sharpen though. Once again, doesn't sharpen quite as sharp as the carbon blade. That is the Opinel range of folding knives. These are a really classic knife, and the really good thing about them is they're top quality, but they're also really affordable. So a great addition to a kitchen kit. They're lightweight for hiking, and they're even great. A lot of people use them just for gardening and around the house. A really awesome option for any outdoor use. You can check these out online at snowies.com.au, where you'll find them at our lowest prices every day. If you've got any questions though, let us know down in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel for all of our latest and greatest information, or check out some other cool pocket knives like these ones down here.